Take this moment now to breathe in the peace and the calm of surrender. And I wonder if anybody else has ever surrendered something, a belief, an idea, only to have it come back and slap them in the face. And I've heard throughout my life many people talk about Christmas actually being a not very fun time. Memories that are no longer, perhaps beliefs that are no longer. And I never really understood it until last year when I was just sad and I couldn't explain it and I didn't know why. But I thought, this is what people are talking about. And even as many of us have grown up with some beliefs, we've shifted, we've let go, and we try to build anew. No matter how much we let go, Christmas is still going to be here. We're still going to know about it. And so I've thought over the past year, how can I make new sense of this time? How can I make it mine? Not to go back to another belief and say, I wish it just was the way it was when I was younger, but to say, what can I do? What can I learn from this? And how can I make this special to me? So join with me as we focus in on my attempt to do that. To not tear down, to not let go, but to build something within myself. So if you'll take a moment and close your eyes as you feel comfortable, relax, starting with your head to your neck and shoulders and down. Wiggle your fingertips and let silence come over you. And as we know that Jesus wasn't actually born in the winter, but the holiday is here because now is when our world is filled with cold and it grows darker. And we think of lights for decorations and lights as symbols that can light our minds. And so I think when the world was growing darker, when people needed light, what did God send? He sent a child. And I want you to bring to your mind an infant child. If you have your own children or a niece, a nephew, somebody that you can imagine what it was like seeing that child for the first time. Holding that child, the reverence, the awe that inspires, the fresh new life that comes into our world. And we'll take a moment in silence to imagine ourselves now with a newborn child that brings hope and light and fresh life into this world. This year, as I've heard Christmas carols singing praise to a very specific child, I redirect my thoughts toward my own children and remembering their birth and remembering that as something holy, as a holy and divine spirit has come into my life. And as children grow, I can still see that in my own kids. But as we've all grown, perhaps we stop being so loving, so compassionate, so forgiving, so understanding of innocence. And now shift your attention and see yourself as that child. For unto us a child is given, and each one of us is that child. And all those things we've learned over the years, ways to not like ourselves, ways to believe what we should be, what we should do, let those melt away. And know that each of us came here in the very same way, as light, as new life breathing into this world. And now see that still within yourself, as it is with you still today. And as we often do in our meditations, picture another person who you would like to bring into this space. And in a moment, I'll invite you to softly say their name out loud. But as you do that, whether silently to yourself or quietly out loud, say your own name first. And see yourself as freshness, as light, as innocence, and pure love. So now, as you may think of another, I invite you to first say your own name, and then say the name of one other that you would like to bring here into this space. And allow warmth that you feel now, light that you feel now, to settle into your heart. And to know that it's a part of you. It's not something out there. It's not something that has lived and died. It's something that's still within you. Now I will hold with me the prayers of those within our community here and pray over these. To the spirit of love and unity and light, we as a community reflect on the light within each one of us, the power, the faith, and the love. And we feel these prayers of those among us, those who we support, those who we love, those within our community. And we call upon that light within each one of us. No matter how dim it may seem, we call upon that to grow. And we see that that light is enough to fill the hearts of all of us, to fill this room, to fill the forest around us, to fill this city, and to fill this world. And we see that these prayers that I now hold are answered. And we bring peace and love into this community. And so it is.